What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Riddy, and guess what? I got that new Q10 dog! Ha ha ha! So I'm really happy to announce that I got the BlackBerry Q10, man. And this is it right here. Bam! You see that right there? You see that right there? Oh, that sexiness right there, boy. So got the new BlackBerry Q10. I am so excited about it. I've been waiting to get this phone for the longest while, and I don't know, I don't really care what anybody says. I think that BlackBerry still makes quality devices, and the marketing sucks, and some of the decisions they've made kind of suck, but overall they still make quality devices. And if BlackBerry is going down, then heck, I'm gonna go down for a smile on my face too. I love these phones, and I had the BlackBerry 9900 before, and I love that phone. And this Q10 is a step up. It's freaking amazing. It's even better. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm basically just gonna go ahead and just go give a quick review. I'm not a technology reviewer, so don't expect in depth with all the specs and all that kind of stuff. I'm just gonna go through the phone and like what I've seen thus far. I haven't actually had it for that long, just a couple days. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible and just give you an idea of what this phone is all about. And hopefully you decide to make that decision to step into the world of BlackBerry like I have. Enter the dark side, my friend. Let's get in. Alright folks, so here we go. Here's the actual Q10 up close. Hope you guys can see it properly. I seem to have a little focusing issue with my camera. Don't really know why, but there you go. So it's a nice little phone, man. It's a good size. I mean, for people who want to be able to have that whole, you know, single-handed functionality, it's really good. When I compare it to the actual 9900, which I have here, if we put them side by side, you can see that the Q10 is slightly bigger, and like build quality wise, I like the feeling of the 9900 when it came out. The 9900 felt like it was a quality device. This feels a little lighter, and I kind of missed that metal edge, and it doesn't feel to me as heavy. I don't know, maybe it might be the same, but the 9900 definitely felt a little more solid. But this is still a quality built device. The back has got that glass weave texture. I don't know if glass weave is code name for rubber, because that's exactly what it feels like. But it's good though. As far as the screen is concerned, as you can see, the screen of the Q10 is probably, I'd say, about an inch bigger than that of the 9900. But one of the first gripes that I have with it is that when you come into the 9900, basically like that extra screen space that you got is pretty much taken up by the little navigation buttons down the bottom. So I don't know if that could have disappeared or something. I don't know. That was just my thing. I felt like I was kind of being robbed of a little bit extra screen space. But I mean, that's just me. It's not a huge deal. But the screen is definitely bigger, and it's definitely brighter than the 9900 screen as well. So spec wise, you probably, if you had come to this video, you probably looked this up before, so I'm not going to go into too many big details about that. I think it's got like an 8 megapixel rear camera and a 2 megapixel front facing camera, as well as 720p AMOLED screen. It's actually square. And I think it has like 32 gigs of RAM internally. I'm not too sure. I'll put the specs below, but I'm just kind of going off the cuff right now, so just kind of guessing here. But yeah, it's got, you know, everything standard. Here's your volume buttons and your convenience key, I think it was called. I don't remember, never use it. And you have your USB and your HDMI on the side. I wish this thing would focus, that would be great. But yeah, I love it, man. Like, what happens is I find this BlackBerry to be really fast. Like, compared to the 9900, it's lightning fast, and the OS is really fluid. As you can see, they've included some nice little cool animations here, like when you're going in between applications, and it's got the whole flow theme that they've really been promoting, in that you can really smoothly kind of go in between all of your anything that you have running. It's almost like everything is kind of run on top of each other, and you can kind of slide it out the way whichever way you want to get to whatever you want to get to. In a nutshell, from what I've seen, if you want to get to the hub, you basically just have to keep swiping left. This is where you actually reach the hub, so it's kind of the central place for you to actually see all of your emails and any notifications, anything that's come in. To get out the hub, you can just slide up from the bottom. That'll kind of bring you back across. Now, basically, when you go into like an application, to get out, you slide up from the bottom, and all of your open apps at the time are kind of here on this preview screen. So you can see right now that I have like a music app up, and I'm talking to a friend of mine on WhatsApp, and somebody on BBM, and all of these things are still running real time. So let's say if I had like music playing, I could still hear the music playing at the time, or like these, like let's say this weather app is actually being updated. It kind of updates as I go along, and you can see it being updated here, so that's pretty good. And anything that happens within the applications, you'll see them show up on these tiles right here. I don't really remember the exact name for them. I was gonna say live tiles, but I know that's Windows. So as I say, man, this isn't like a big technical review. I'm just kind of showing you how the phone works. But yeah, it's really nice. So if you go into any kind of application, in general, if you want to access the settings of the application, you always swipe down from the top, as well as closing it, as I said before, you swipe up from the bottom, and it goes to this little preview mode right here. As well, have this little button here. Gives you some extra menu features on the right. You should see them should see it in most applications. But yeah, man, it's really nice. It's really smooth. It comes with, well, this phone in particular right here actually came with a bunch of applications to start with. I can guarantee that I'm probably not going to use 90% of these, but hey, that's what it is. I got like Skype installed right now, B-Weather, and plus a few other things. I'm not really a huge app person, but yeah, this phone is really good. It's really smooth. But yeah, it's really good, man. You got the hub here as well. The hub actually is kind of the central point for all of your notifications that you receive. So you can see everything's inside here. It's really similar. There was something similar in OS 7. It pretty much did the same thing. But I think from there you actually had to, when you clicked on notification, it went into the actual app. But from here you could go ahead and you could, like, if you replied to somebody's BBM, you can just reply to the BBM from here. You don't have to actually go back to the BBM app, which is pretty cool. And it also allows you to kind of select which email accounts that you want. So if you select a specific something, it will just filter out everything else, or filter out the specific messages that you want. And yeah, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty much the BlackBerry 10 device. I haven't really shown you too much stuff here, but it's a wonderful device. And let's get into what I like and what I don't like about it. As I told you, I'm a big lover of BlackBerry. You're like, oh, okay, well, you're Mr. BlackBerry, then I guess you didn't find anything wrong with the device. Wrong. I found that there's a few things that I don't like about the device, or about the way the device interacts with other things. Firstly, I'm not a big app man, but I know that this is a big complaint by other people, and I'm not going to really go into detail about it, but people say that, you know, there's not enough apps in BlackBerry world. And there's a lot of people who don't like the way BlackBerry world is laid out at all. I went into BlackBerry world to get those apps, and I find it's a little jumbled up in the way that it's displayed. I mean, I understand what they're getting at, but I think it could be implemented a little better. I'm not a big app collector, so I don't really care too much about apps like that. I don't use a lot of apps like that. So if that's your thing, you probably will not like the device. Also, BlackBerry Link, I find it a bit more complicated and laid out a little haphazardly in relation to the way the original BlackBerry desktop software was laid out. I prefer the old layout myself. But once again, that's something that you'd have to really use and understand and make your way around it. But first impressions, for me, I didn't really like it. And I would have hoped as well that you wouldn't have to install two different pieces of software if you wanted to deal with the BlackBerry 10 device and a BBOS 7 device and before. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. I wish it was all in one, so I could just install BlackBerry Link and work with it from there. Also, if you're a Playbook owner, then you probably might not want to get a BlackBerry 10 device. Or if you're a Playbook owner that uses their, let's say, BBM on the BlackBerry 10 device on the actual Playbook, you may not want to, because with the introduction of BlackBerry 10 on devices, functionality between over BlackBerry Bridge has been crippled a lot. You can't really do half the stuff that you did on there before, and a lot of people really were in the uproar about the announcement that BlackBerry 10 wasn't coming to the Playbook, because they realized that firstly, a lot of people bought BlackBerry Playbooks because it was the promise of them getting BlackBerry 10, and also because now you're kind of stuck with the Playbook that doesn't play too well with the actual device. Yeah, you could still kind of connect them, and you could probably use it as a remote control or something, or you could get an internet connection if you're not in a Wi-Fi zone, if you don't have a device that uses LTE. But at the same time, now you kind of don't really have a reason to use your phone with your Playbook. And on that same vein as well, BlackBerry Protect has been crippled as well. And that was a big feature that I pushed when I talked to people about the devices, because I always got tired of people always saying, oh, I lost all my contacts because I got a new phone. And I said, well, you got BlackBerry Protect there, you set it up one time, it's really simple, it's really easy. And then you don't have to worry about stuff like losing your contacts ever again, because BlackBerry Protect will automatically backs up like your contacts and the calendar and a few other important things that don't take up too much space on your phone, but you need to have a copy of. And now BlackBerry Protect for BlackBerry 10 devices doesn't do that anymore. So I think that was a huge letdown right there as well. I'm not one for manually backing up my device that much, so now I'm going to be forced to do that again. So that's a few of the things that really kind of I consider a bit of a turn on for this device. But having said that, I do love the device. It's really fast compared to my 9900, which was kind of like top of the line at that time for BlackBerry, like a year or two ago. These devices are awesome. They're awesome. You're gonna have stability issues. You're gonna have bugs and everything. That's a part of a new operating system. That device at the time, well, this one here is running 10.1. I think 10.2 is out or in beta and ready to come out soon. I'm not too sure. A friend of mine has installed it, and he said that takes the device to another level in terms of functionality. So I say if you really want to get a BlackBerry 10 device, if you're interested in it, get it, go for it. You won't be disappointed. I haven't really used the Z10 like that, but if you want to go for touchscreen, the Z10 is an option if you want to wait. The larger touchscreen device, codenamed the A10 right now, is going to be coming out later this year, and that's going to probably be a beast as well. So, but I always like the physical keyboard, so I got the device with the physical keyboard. I am really loving BlackBerry 10. And I'm gonna really try to get into it a lot more, as much as I can, and I can't wait, man. Like, I can't wait to see what is coming in the future for BlackBerry. So I'm trying to be an optimist. There's a lot of people who are rooting for BlackBerry to fail, and a lot of people who think the company is already dead. But when you use a device like that, you really think otherwise about it. So hey, it's really up to you what you want to use. I'm going to stick to BlackBerry until they die, if they die. Rate, comment, subscribe. Enjoy the rest of the day, alright? Peace.